Hello everyone, welcome to the Turfway Park Report for Saturday, April 2nd, 2016. 12 races on the card, including the 45th running of the Grade 3 $500,000 guaranteed Horseshoe Casino Spiral Stakes. That goes as race 10. The Polytrack Fast. The first race is a maiden claiming event for maiden 3-year-olds. The claiming price $5,000. They'll go 6 furlongs, scratch the 13 and 14. Morning line favorite, number 8, U Hoofner.
They are off. And it's Settle Your Crackers who's displaying some good pace. There's a spill leaving the gate. Lucky Mikey has unseated rider Carson Sullivan. It's Skip the Lawyer who's now inherited the front. Settle Your Crackers away into second position. Bruner racing up to the inside third, about 3.5 off the pace. Then a link to the favorite. U Hoofner is fourth out in the middle of the course. Through from the inside, Full Gas is for close up fifth. Out wide today, maybe today is sixth. Then a separation of 4 back to Walker Century, 1 in front of Duke of Waymore, and then a couple links back to the 2 trailers, Give Me the Ball, and Beer Me outpaced at the back of the pack by about 15 lengths. The first quarter, 23-1. They bend into the turn, 3/8 of a mile from home. It's Skip the Lawyer and leading rider Albin Jimenez showing the way by a length. Through from the inside. Full Gas has come through to be second. Ranging up wide. Here's the favorite, U Hoofner, being niggled upon by Johnny McKee and set to go 3 wide as they race to the top of the lane. And it's Skip the Lawyer who turns first. There's room at their fence for Full Gas to come on through. Out wide, U Hoofner. These two squared off by the 8th pole. And Bruner running on from the back to be fourth. In the final furlong, it's Full Gas to the inside. Shaking up Skip the Lawyer. To the outside, here's Bruner lunging as they race in deep stretch. Full Gas is on his way to the winner's circle. Full Gas and Rodney Prescott win the opener by about 3 in the end. Tight for second between Bruner and Skip the Lawyer. And the favorite, U Hoofner, was fourth. Running time 1:13-1. But hold all tickets. The inquiry sign has been posted.
Number 5, Full Gas, squeezes through on the rail to win going away, breaking his maiden for Castleton Lions of Shane Ryan, winning trainer Andrew McKeever, and Rodney Prescott with the heads-up ride. Number 5, Full Gas, as the winner, returns $780, $460, $380. Second, number 10, Skip the Lawyer. Third was number 4, Bruner, and fourth, the 8, Hugh Hoofner. The exacta was worth $75.40. The dollar try, $434.60, and the $1 superfecta, $510, 4 and 8, returns $1,453.90. Running time for the opener, 1:13-1. Today's second race is a claimant event for the boys, which haven't won 2 races in the last 6 months. They'll go 1 mile, scratch numbers 8 and 13. Pair of jockey changes, the 7 Fantastical with Marlon St. Julian, and the 14 Grace's Devil to Jack Gilligan. Morning line favorite at 9-2, number 3, Discreet Glen with Albin Jimenez in the irons.
They are off. Leak Hunter and Grace's Devil broke in a tangle. Wasn't the best start for Pleasant Trip either, but a fast start through the middle for Half Leader who sends on out. Now there goes the favorite, Discreet Glen, up to engage, and out there about 4 deep comes Bahama Rum Punch. Through from between horses, Fantastical, the 16-time winner, has raced up into a 1.5 off the lead. Bill of Rights has been taken in hand by Rodney Prescott as 5th, tucked in behind the top 4. Then a link further back to the outside in the center of the track comes Grand Kuma, a space of 4 to Heroically, and then a similar margin back to Roll and Shine. Down on the inside, Candy Chan has 3 horses beat. They are a Pleasant Trip, Grace's Devil, and after that poor start, Leak Hunter is last of the lot. Midway up the backside, the first quarter, 24-2. So it's Discreet Glen. Jimenez trying to throttle that speed back. Fantastical and St. Julian has come to attack as they pass the half-mile pole. The first half-mile, 47-4. So Discreet Glen will lead him into the far turn in front by a neck. Fantastical tracking in the second position. Bahama Rum Punch has come to be third, still parked out wide. Grand Kuma is fourth, but starting to make good ground, as is Heroically. Heroically gobbling up ground midpoint through the turn. Purple Silk starting to gain on the top leaders, and Bill of Rights is next as they go past the quarter-mile pole. And still up front, the favorite, Discreet Glen, has shaken off Grand Kuma. Discreet Glen off the turn in front by 4. Grand Kuma down along the outside in second, to the inside, Fantastical, and still making good progress. Down the center comes Heroically as they're just outside the 16th pole. Discreet Glen pouring it on here as the even money favorite. Discreet Glen drawing away in the stretch. A divine performance for Discreet Glen with Albin Jimenez wins by 7. Tight for second. Grand Kuma in a photo with Heroically, and Fantastical was fourth in 1:38-3.
Number 3, Discreet Glen, made every pole a winning one, took them all the way up top for Alvin Jimenez. Trainer Matt Cordenbrock, owners Linda Settle, Joseph McCord, and the estate of John McCord. Number 3, Discreet Glen, picks up lifetime victory number 7, and as the favorite, returns $4, $3.40, and $3.20. Second, the 9, Grand Puma. Third, number 5, Heroically. And fourth, the 7, Fantastical. The Exacta was worth $52.20. The $1 try, $310.20. Superfecta combination was $3,957. That returned $7,817.20. The early daily double of 5 and 3 returns $28.20. Running time 1:38 and 3. Today's third race, a claimant event for the fillies and mares, which have never won 2 lifetime. Claiming price $5,000. They'll race 1 mile. Jockey change in the 7, Whiskey Tail to Corey Lannery. Scratch numbers 10, 13, and 14. Morning line of favorite, number 8, Hurricane Sophia with Alvin Jimenez.
And they're off. And the starter caught him in a perfect line. It's Squeaky's Halo who's being hustled on out. Hurricane Sophia displaying some pace as well. Through from the inside, there goes Yellow Tadpole and Our Burning Faith. Down along the inside, taking the worst of it there, Our Burning Faith had to take up sharply there and is back to about 12 lengths off the leaders. So just outside the 6 furlong marker, it's Squeaky's Halo who shows them the way in front by 2. Hurricane Sophia in the second position. Ali O'Malley is third, racing a joint a second now with Hurricane Sophia. Then a link for the back to Yellow Tadpole and Cotton Eye Josie. They're 2 in front of Whiskey Tail, who has another horse beat. That's Broadway Kate, the first quarter, 23 and 4. Well strung outfield, about 15 from tip to tail, past the 4.5 furlong marker. So they're well bunched up front to the inside. Squeaky's Halo now been overhauled by Hurricane Sophia and out wide Ali O'Malley. Then a link for the back down along the inside. Squeaky's Halo now being passed by Cotton Eye Josie. And moving wide for the drive, there goes Whiskey Tail. And about 6 or 7 back to Don't Even Think in a similar margin to Jazeel. And Broadway Kate starting to make good headway as they have 3/8 of a mile left to travel. The half mile was in 48 seconds flat. So it's Hurricane Sophia and Ali O'Malley. These two square off outside the quarter pole. Then there's a separation of about 2.5 to Whiskey Tail, who continues to make good progress as they reach the top of the lane. And Hurricane Sophia set sail. Hurricane Sophia off the turn with 3 to spare. Ali O'Malley in second. Still finishing with interest is both Whiskey Tail and Cotton Eye Josie in the final furlong. Whiskey Tail, now Hurricane Sophia opening up by the 16th pole. Hurricane Sophia draws away late to win. Hurricane Sophia for the Bearden family wins, throttled down by about 4 in the end. Whiskey Tail was second. Ali O'Malley third. Cotton Eye Josie was fourth and won 41 and 4.
Number 8, Hurricane Sophia, takes him all the way up top to win, going away for owner Michelle Bearden, trainer Wayne Bearden, and 2 on the card for jockey Alvin Jimenez. Hurricane Sophia, as the favorite, returned $5.80, $4, and $2.60. Second was number 7, Whiskey Tail. Third, number 12, Ali O'Malley, and fourth and 9, Cotton Eye Josie. The Exacta was worth $22.60. The trifecta for $1, $58.20. The daily double $13. The pick 3 come back $36.30, and the superfecta $1,238.80. Running time for race 3, 1:41 and 4. Today's fourth race is a maiden special weight for filly 3-year-olds to race 1 mile. Field of 10, 9 betting interest, including the favorites from the Ken and Sarah Ramsey stable, number 1 Frisky Kitten, and the 1A Love the Kitten.
They are off. And first-time starter Hodbound spots him about 7. It's Hang On Andy, who's sending out off that layoff, showing good speed. Rose Nose Showbid displaying the good pace as well. Out there 3 deep come Charlie Smile down on the inside. Frisky Kitten is fourth, only about 3.5 off the leader. Then comes a Fleet Lady who's in the 5th position, about 4.5 off the pace, and a link to Love That Kitten, and a separation about 4 back to Following a Dream, Maya Kati Princess, and the final 2 trailers are Hardbound after that poor start and Galilee. The first quarter mile, 23 and 3/5 seconds. They have about 5.5 furlongs to travel, and it's Hang On Annie, the first defense filly, shows them up the backstretch in front by about 2. Charlie Smile down on the inside races a joint second as a Fleet Lady pesters her to the outside in third. Then a link further back, Frisky Kitten down along the inside, right to her outside is her stablemate Love the Kitten. Then a link further back to Maya Kati Princess, and starting to run on from the back, here comes Galilee as they make their entrance into the turn. The first half mile, 47 and 4, and it's Hang On Annie, still shows the way by about 2. A Fleet Lady starting to run on from the second position, through from between horses. Here comes Love That Kitten, who starts to make good headway in third. as they're just outside the quarter pole. So it's Hang On Annie still in front. To the outside of Fleet Lady, set to go 3 wide. Here comes Love That Kitten, who's set down for the drive as they straighten for the stretch run. Whip comes out on Hang On Annie. A Fleet Lady bearing down to the outside, and Love That Kitten has kicked it into top gear. 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's a Fleet Lady squaring off with Love That Kitten. These two stride for stride by the 16th pole. A Fleet Lady and Francisco Torres to the inside. Love the Kitten and Jimenez, and a Fleet Lady breaks her maiden today by about a half a side in the end. Love the Kitten was second. Hang On Annie faded to be third in 1:39.1.
Number 7, a Fleet Lady breaks her maiden today. For owner Tracy Farmer, Mike Maker trains. Cisco Torres picks up the winning ride. The winner returns 540, 260, 220. Second was the 1A, Love the Kitten. Third, number 3, Hang On Annie. And fourth, the 8, Maya Kati Princess. The exacta $9.60, the try $61, daily double come back $20, the super 713 and 8 $243.40. The pick 3 for $1 was worth $21.60. Running time for race 4 139 and 1. Today's 5th race, a allowance optional claimer to go a 1 mile. Morning line favorite number 3 Chiltern Street was a late scratch, so number 1A Sailors Creek and Corey Lannery will be the morning line favorite.
They are off. It's Valentino Beauty who's sending on out through from the inside. There comes Impassable Canyon. Then a link further back. Racing along in the third position is Pepite. Up to the outside, Sailors Creek is 5th, about 3 wide, saving all the ground, Crown the Kitten. Then a link to the 2 trailers, Pepperoni and Saturday Launch. Can't see them all. Compact field past the 6 furlong marker. They're about 6.5 lengths from front to back, and it's Impassable Canyon. The 8-time Tappet winner will lead them up the backstretch run in front by a length and a half. Valentino Beauty tracking the second position. Sailors Creek. It was racing in third, about 2.5 off the pace. Then through from the inside comes Pepite. Out wide is Saturday Launch. Then a link to Crown the Kitten, who has 4.5 to make up. And at the tail of the field, the late running Pepperoni and Francisco Torres. Can't see them all. The first half mile in a fractional time of 48 and 2. So Impassable Canyon still shows the way. Attacked to the outside by Valentino Beauty. These two are about a length in front of Pepite, who's starting to lose position and down along the rail. Sailors Creek to the outside in fourth, starting to make good headway and knifing their way between horses. Crown the Kitten is starting to find his best stride as they're just outside the quarter pole. So Impassable Canyon has done all the heavy lifting. The rail opens up for Crown the Kitten, and Jimenez takes advantage and comes on through. But Valentino Beauty, Hernandez still sitting like a statue, gives that one the green light and quickly opens up 2.5 by the 8th pole. It's Valentino Beauty for Bruce Lunsford outside the 16th pole, opening up with each and every stride. Crown the Kitten's going to battle out with Sailors Creek for the minor awards. It's all over up front. Valentino Beauty scores off the layoff, well prepared by Drury to win by about 6 in the end. Tight for second, running time a flashy 1:37 and 2.
Number 8, Valentino Beauty draws away to win decisively, well prepared off the layoff for owner Bruce Lunsford, trainer Tommy Drury, and rider Brian Hernandez Jr. The winner returns $11.20, $4, $2.40. Second was the 1, Crown the Kitten, $2.40, $2.10. Third, number 5, Pepperoni, $2.10. Finishing fourth was the 1A Sailors Creek, so the 5th horse, number 4, Pepite, will complete your super. The exacta $25.20, the try $51.20, Superfecta, also $51.20, the daily double $28.20. Correction on the try was $20 for a $1 wager. The pick 4 for $1 was hit, $142.90. Running time 1:37 and 2. The 6th race is a maiden special weight for the filly 3-year-olds to go 6 furlongs. Scratch number 2, Balin, and the 5, Periscope. Corey Lannery picks up number 6, Thekla. The favorite, the 10, Equation, for Wesley Ward.
They are off. It's Francesca De Fiore who's sending on out. There goes Thekla through from between horses. Up on the outside, Firster Equation is away racing in the 3rd position. Down the inside, In the Shoes has came in to be 4th, but only about a half a side off the pace. Then a separation to the trio of Pick, I Stand, I'm Fixin' 2, followed up next by Icy Tails, and outpaced early comes Thump. The field past the half-mile pole, 7 lengths from front to back. The first quarter clicked off 23 seconds flat. In the Shoes has snuck through on the rail to overtake Thekla for the lead. So In the Shoes clears off by a length and a half quickly. Thekla back in his 2nd position. Francesca Di Fiore, the first-time starter, is flanked by Equation, is 4th. Running Running on from the back, here comes Pick Eyston as the field just outside the quarter pole. So In the Shoes shows the way. But here's the In Summation Philly Equation breezing up to the outside. Now that one pokes her nostril in front as they straighten for the stretch drive. It's Equation off the turn. Confident handled here. Jimenez takes a peek back. There's nobody there by the 8th pole. Equation opens up by 3. Just racing a bit green through the stretch. In the Shoes is second. Running on from the back. Here comes Francesca De Fiore and Thump from last. But down to the wire. Dominating debut performance by Equation, throttled back to win by about 6 at first asking. In the Shoes was second. Pick Eyston ran on to be in a photo with Thump for the show, though. Running time, 1:12 flat.
Number 10, Equation, puts on a dazzling display of supremacy here, winning at first asking for owner Ben McElroy, trainer Wesley Ward, and leading rider Albin Jimenez picks up his 3rd victory on the card. Number 10, Equation, returns $5.60, $3.40, $3. Second was number 1, In the Shoes. Third, number 3, Pikistan. And fourth was number 4, Thump. The winning exacta was worth $28.40. The trifecta, $288. The daily double came back $28. Superfecta combination was 10-1-3-4. That returned $1,690.60. And the pick 3 for a buck, $48.20. Running time for race 6, 1:12 flat. Today's 7th race is an allowance optional claim event for the boys to go 1 mile. Jockey changing the 1A Purely Boy to Mitchell Morrill. Rider switch on the 10 Cake Party to Cisco Torres. A few late scratches scratch the 3, 6, 9, and 12. The favorite, number 1A Purely Boy, carrying the familiar Ramsey Red.
They are off. Good, even beginning for all. It's Mr. Chow and Hoochie Poochie who's been hustled on out. Tizza Dixie Dancers is playing pace as well. Cake Party is racing up about 5 deep as they race in the clubhouse turn. Tizza Dixie Dancer had a tap on the brakes hard there as came right up on the heels of Purely Boy as they race into the clubhouse turn. Then a link further back to Belvin, followed up next by Don't Make Me Mad. And Purely Boy is last of the lot past the 6 furlong marker and straightened up on the back stretch the first quarter, 23 2/5 seconds. So it's Mr. Chow shows him for the backstretch run. Pressure to the outside by Cake Party. These two are about 3 or 4 lengths in front of them. Imposters came through from the inside of Hoochie Poochie to be 3rd. In between horses, Enduring Honor is 5th and a separation of 4 back to the pair of Belvin and Tizza Dixie Dancer. A separation of 4 still to Purely Boy, and outpaced at the back of the pack, the gray Don't Make Me Mad as 11 lengths to find past the half-mile pole. They make their entrance into the turn. The half 40, 6 and 4. So it's Mr. Chow still shows the way outside the 3/8 pole by a length. Cake Party still pressuring to the outside. Keen to go on in between horses. The Imposter is riding the rail, just going to wait for the C's to part as the field starting to bunch up top. The tempo quickening outside the quarter pole. They still yet to get to Mr. Chow, who's still linked in front. Set loose to the outside comes Hoochie Poochie. The Imposter is starting to gain good ground as they straighten for the stretch drive, and Hoochie Poochie turns him in. Hoochie Poochie puts away Mr. Chow, and Purely Boy is running on from the clouds to the stand side. Outside the 16th pole, Hoochie Poochie shaking up. Purely Boy lunging, not gonna get to him. Hoochie Poochie at 42-1 pulls the upset to start the pick 4 by 3. Purely Boy was second, Mr. Chow 3rd. Late charge from Enduring Honor to be 4th in 1:38 3.
Number 8, Hoochie Poochie let loose, turning for home, and rode the win to victory for owner Richard Maynard, trainer Luis Jurado. Ode Harameda was aboard for the upset winning ride. The winner returns $87, $25, $10. Second, the 1A Purely Boy. Third, number 7, Mr. Chow. And fourth, the 2 Enduring Honor. The exacta was worth $289.40. The dollar try, $768.90. The superfecta, 8, 1, 7, and 2, returns $9,688.80. The pick 3 for $1 was worth $711. Running time, 1:38 3. Today's 8th race, start of our stake action, the Rushaway Stakes, $100,000 guaranteed to go a mile and a 16th. 3-year-olds here. Rider change on the 2, Keystone for Victory to Manuel Franco. Number 6, Rated R Superstar, ridden by Cornelio Velasquez. And scratch the 11, Joy Boy, the favorite, number 1, Gimlet for Todd Fletcher.
And they're off. Fast start from between horses for the long shot Alte Rita. Through from the inside. There goes back together again. The West Point Thoroughbred Scholar Athlete came away racing in the 3rd position. Up to the outside, He'll Pay racing away in 4th, and between those two comes a Virtual Machine. Then a link further back is Keystone for Victory, 1 in front of Alte Rita. Then a separation of about 3. Rated R Superstar has worked his way all over to the rail and is flanked by Triple Creek. As the field straightens up for the backstretch run, the first quarter a fast 23 seconds flat. And back together again, leads them for the backstretch run. In front by 2, setting that fast pace. Gimlet tracking in the pocket spot while racing on the inside. The long shot Bandar presses that one to the outside. Then a length further back through from between horses comes a Scholar Athlete, and Hill Pay is knifing up his way in between rivals. Down along the inside comes Rated R Superstar, still out wide, Triple Creek. Then a length to the 2 trailers is Alte Rita at the back of the Keystone Victory as they make their entrance into the turn. The first half, 47 and 1/5 seconds, and that's all for back together again. Here comes Gimlet through from the inside. Attack to the outside by Virtual Machine. The rails open for Hill Pay, and Mitchell Merle's going to try to send that one on through, and they stack up 3 across the track outside the quarter pole. Running on for the back, here comes Rated R Superstar. White blinkers, yellow cap's going to tip to the outside, and also Scholar Athletes riding the rails. They straighten for the stretch drive. It's Hill Pay who turns first. Hill Pay off the turn with 2 to spare. Virtual Machine attacks to the outside down the center of the track, still making good headway as Rated R Superstar by the 16th pole. Hill Pay opening up in deep stretch. Virtual Machine still running at it, but down to the line. Here's win number 1,000 for Larry Jones as Hill Pay takes the Rushaway Stakes. Virtual Machine was second, long way back to Rated R Superstar, and Gimlet was fourth in 1:44.1.
Number 12, Hill Pay, works his way from the 12 hole down to the rail, saves all the ground, skims the fence, turns for home, and draws away to win and give trainer Larry Jones his 1,000th lifetime win. This one for owner Brereton Jones. Mitchell Morrill was aboard for the winning ride. The winner returns $27.60, $11.720. Second, number 8, Virtual Machine. Third, number 6, Rated R Superstar. Finishing fourth was the 1, Gimlet. The exacta, $203.20. The trifecta, the trifecta for $1 wager, $445.20. The $1 try for $1, $445.20. The superfecta, $2,417.80. The daily double, $1,029.80. There was a claim of foul in the race. Number 1, Gimlet, who finished fourth, claimed foul against number 12, Hill Pay, alleging interference at the top of the lane. That claim of foul was disallowed. Running time for the Rushaway, 1:44 and 1/5 second. Today's 9th race is the 34th running of the Bourbonette Oaks, a grade $300,000 guaranteed stake event for the Philly 3-year-olds going a mile. This is a Road to the Kentucky Oaks point race. Jockey change on the 5, Doro Dance to Brian Hernandez Jr. Number 11, Egyptian Honey to Mitchell Merle, scratch 12 and 14. The morning line favorite, number 3, Marquis Miss, for trainer Ingrid Mason and jockey Channing Hill.
They are off in the 34th running of the Bourbonette Oaks. And it's Wondermed who's sending on out to take early supremacy. Marquis Miss displaying good pace right to that one's outside as well. Spun out about 3 deep comes American Doll as they race into the clubhouse turn. Miss Media had to take off her heels there in fourth. Through from the inside comes Lemon Drop Bell. Then a link further back to Artesian just to the outside of Redfern Doll who hugs that rail spot. Castillo's Angel is about 6 lengths off the pace. Then a link further back to Egyptian Honey is 2 in front of Doro Danza. Then a link to Lookout Sister and Outpaced at the back of the pack. Inconclusive is last and about 15 lengths off the pace setter. The first quarter mile was 23 and 1/5 second. They make their way up the back stretch. They have 4.5 furlongs still to travel. So it's Wonderman has shouldered the load thus far, in front by a half a side. Marquis Miss there in second. Through from the inside, Miss Meteor is third. Still parked out wide comes American Doll in the 4th position. Artesian is a close-up 5th. Also closing in now comes Egyptian Honey. Castillo's Angel being ridden with a whip to keep pace. Now that one's being passed by a Lookout Angel and starting to unwind from the back of the pack. Inconclusive as went from last up into mid-pack as their midpoint through the turn. The first half, 47 seconds. And it's Wondermed who's led him throughout. Still pressed to the outside, Marquis Miss. Through from the inside comes Moonlit Meteor to the outside. American Doll and still continue to make good headway. Inconclusive as they straighten for the stretch drive. But nobody's yet to get to Wondermed. Marquis Miss lugging in badly back in second. Still running on from the back. American Doll. Deep stretch here. Wondermed has turned back all challengers. Wondermed goes by the 16th pole with 3 to the good. Inconclusive is running on for the minor awards, but it's all over up front. Wonderman in a wire-to-wire score to take the Bourbonette Oaks in front by about 4 in the end. Running time 1:39 flat.
Number 2, Wonderment, controls the pace, takes them all the way on the front end. to win the Bourbonette Oaks $100,000 Grade 3 stake event for owner Magdalena Racing of Sherry McPeak and Chris Sturbins, the winning trainer Kenny McPeak, and the winning rider Cornelio Velasquez. Number 2, Wonderment, returns $10, $560, $340. Second, the 8, Inconclusive. Third, number 3, Marquee Miss. And finishing fourth was number 9, Miss Meteor. The winning exacta was worth $86.60. The trifecta for $1, $250.90. The daily double, $163. The super, $4,410.40. The pick 3 was worth $4,496.10. Running time for the Bourbonette, 1:39 flat. Today's 10th and featured race, the 45th running of the Horseshoe Casino Cincinnati Spiral Stakes, Grade 3 $500,000 stake event. Jockey changing the 1, that makes sense, to Channing Hill. Number 5, Oscar, nominated to Brian Hernandez Jr. Scratch the 13 and 14. The favorite, number 10, Aero Force, with leading rider Albin Jimenez.
And they're off in the 45th running of the Spiral Stakes. And wasting no time, outside Azar will get the first call. Rayless is displaying early speed as well. Right to those two's inside is the Aero Force, displaying pace presence as well in third. Two-step time came away racing in the 4th position. Tugging hard against Florent Drew is Jensen down along the rail in 5th. Out to the outside, stablemates Oscar, nominated, and Strike Up the Band. Those two come next. They're linked in front of Don't Be So Salty. Surgical Strike, the Battaglia winner, hugs the rail. Out wide comes Stagger Jagger. In between horses comes Cassiopeia, and a long way last lethargically at the back of the pack. That makes sense. Must be about 19 lengths as they pass the 6 furlong marker, and they straighten up on the backstretch. The first quarter mile was quick, 23-1. To the inside, it's Rayless. To the outside, Azar really tugging hard on Manny Franco there. Racing up into the center of the track. Here comes Jensen, who is in third. Down along the inside, keen to go on is Aero Force in 4th. 2 steps time is 5th. Then a link back to Oscar, nominated, through from the inside, Don't Be So Salty. Up to that one's outside is Strike Up the Band. Races about 8th, about 9 off the pace. Cassiopeia trying to knife his way between horses. Moving wide comes Swagger Jagger. And the late running Battaglia winner, Surgical Strike, is starting to make his move as they make their entrance into the turn. Half mile, 48-1. And on the inside, it's Rayless. To the outside, Azar. These two nip and tuck. To the outside, there's Jensen. In the center of the track, here comes Oscar, nominated. Cassiopeia finally found that seam. And Surgical Strike starting to run on from the back as they reach the top of the lane. And it's Rayless, been there every step of the way. Azara attacks to the outside. Here's Oscar, nominated, coming down the center of the track. Jensen had to take up, and Surgical Strike has kicked it into top gear, and down the stretch they roll. It's Surgical Strike to the outside. Oscar, nominated, still there. Azar fighting on down to the wire. Oscar, nominated, puts the nose in front, and Oscar, nominated, takes the Spiral Stakes by a nose in 1:51 flat.
Number 5, Oscar, nominated, grinds out a victory here to take the Spiral Stakes, just hanging on with Brian Hernandez aboard for owner Ken and Sarah Ramsey, Mike Maker the trainer. Oscar, nominated, returns $49.20, $18, $11. Finishing second, number 12, Azar. Third was number 2, Surgical Strike. Fourth, number 6, Two-Step Time. And fifth for the Super I-5, the 11, Rayless. The exacta, $359. The trifecta, $1,252.70. The pick 3, $3,196.80. The daily double, $252.40. No winners in the Super High 5, that carryover of better than $2,600. The dime super, $1,380.25. Running time for the Spiral, 1:51 flat. Congratulations to the Ramseys, Mike Maker, and Brian Hernandez Jr. for Oscar nominated's win in the Spiral Stakes. The 11th race is a maiden special weight for the 3-year-olds to go 1 mile. Scratch number 1, 4 in the morning. Scratch 8, Silent Mission. The morning line favorite at 2-1, number 7, Caribbean, for trainer Todd Pletcher.
And they're off. It's Scissors and Tape who gets the first call. Waz Band is away in good order. There's Jazzman alongside. Up on the far outside comes Douglas Crowfeather. Down on the inside, Eclat has came away racing in the 5th position, only about 1.5 lengths off the leaders. And then comes Wagon Boss in a separation of about 3 or 4 to Mr. Sensibility. And outpaced at the back of the pack is the first-time starter Cosmic Quest as they pass the 6 furlong marker and straighten up for the backstretch. The first quarter was 23 2/5 seconds. And up front, it's Scissors and Tape who's dictating the terms, shows them in the backstretch run in front by 2. Jazzman for Larry and Cindy Jones racing in the 2nd position. Through from the inside comes Eclat in 3rd. Out wide, Caribbean the favorite is fourth, but only about 3.5 off the leaders, and a separation of a length to Wagon Boss, and then a similar margin back to Douglas Crowfeather, and then 4 to Mr. Sensibility, and absolutely lethargic at the back of the pack. Cosmic Quest must be about 30 out of it as they bend into the turn. The half mile, 46 and 4/5 seconds. It's Scissors and Tape leads into the far turn run in front by 2. Caribbean is moving a closer second up on the outside. Through from the inside, Jazzman is being niggled upon. That's all for Eclod. Starting to run on from the back is Wagon Boss as they're just outside the quarter pole, and Scissors and Tape starting to get away here. Scissors and Tape off the turn in front by 4. Caribbean, the favorite, is the only one with a shot as they straighten for the stretch drive. It's Scissors and Tape. The whip comes out and he opens up by 5 by the 8th pole. Caribbean running on for the minor awards a long way back. From the back of the pack, here comes Mr. Sensibility, but in deep stretch, Scissors and Tape is a maiden no more. Scissors and Tape wins it by about 4 in the end. Caribbean was second, Mr. Sensibility third, Jazzman was fourth, and Cosmic Quest ran on from the back to be fifth in 1:36.1.
Number 3, Scissors and Tape, a decisive winner for owner Ken and Sarah Ramsey. Trainer Mike Maker and Corey Lannery was aboard for this maiden break-in performance. The 3, Scissors and Tapes, returns $5, $2.80, $2.60. Second, number 7, Caribbean. Third, number 4, Mr. Sensibility. And fourth to 6, Jazzman. The Exacta, $16.60. The Try, $83. Superfecta, $169.90. The Pick 3, $342.20. And the Daily Double of Ramsey and Maker, numbers 5 and 5, $155.60. Running time, 1:36 and 1/5 second. Today's 12th race is a starter allowance event to go a mile and a quarter. Jockey change on the 1, Fear the Kitten to Corey Lannery. Rider switch in the 9, Phillips Best Day to Declan Cannon. The favorite, number 4, No Time to Kid with apprentice Eduardo Gallardo.
And they're off. Good beginning for all. Being hustled out, there goes Night League. Down on the inside, JT's Heat came away racing a bit erratic there. Had to take up was Magnetic Start. Up on the outside, as they race it down the stretch for the first time, comes Rod. Through from the inside is Fear the Kitten. Night League as came away racing the 5th position in the center of track as they race under the stands for the first time. Fear the Kitten along the rail in 6th, flanked by Mohan Negrota, 2 in front of It's Wine O'Clock. Then a link to Phillips Best Day, a separation of about 2. Blue Canoe is going to be spun out about 5 wide into that clubhouse turn run. And then a link to No Time to Kid, and Holy Frazier will have to pass them all. Strung out field here as they're midpoint through the turn, the first quarter in a fast 23 and 1/5 seconds. So JT's Heat and Albin Jimenez show the way in front by 2.5. Rot and Perry racing in the 2nd position. In 3rd is Northern Empire and Marlon St. Julian. Racing along in 4th, Magnetic Start and Marcelina Pedrosa. They're about 4.5 off the pace. Then a separation of 5 to Fear the Kitten and Lannery. 1 in front of It's 1 O'Clock and Prescott. Then 2 to Phillips Best Day and Declan Cannon. Through from the inside, Holy Frazier and Jack Gilligan has come from last to be up in a joint 7th. Then separation of 2 to No Time to Kid. The Bug Boy starts to urge that one along. And then a link to Mohan Negrota Night League. And at the tail of the field, still Blue Canoe. Can't see them all. Up the backside, they continue to race. Now they make their entrance to the far turn. The half mile on a controlled tempo of 46 and 3/3 in 1:13 and 1. So it's JT's Heat on a long rein by Jimenez, but looping up wide, here comes Fear the Kitten. Magnetic Start being scrubbed upon to keep pace while racing against the rail in 3rd. Northern Empire is being asked to quicken as well as the field just outside the quarter pole. So it's JT's Heat has shown them for the lead throughout, tipping out wide. Here comes It's Wine O'Clock and Fear the Kitten. These two are coming at him and coming on as they straighten for the stretch drive. It's JT's Heat, but bearing down to the outside. It's Wine O'Clock. Fear the Kitten still plugging away from between horses. Deep stretch. JT's Heat. It's Wine O'Clock to the outside, and Rodney Prescott pushing on by. It's Wine O'Clock battling back Fear the Kitten. Fear the Kitten coming back. These two squared off nose for nose at the wire. It's Wine O'Clock wins by about a flared nostril. Fear the Kitten was second. A host of others ran on for the Miners. Running time 2 minutes and 6 seconds flat.
Number 6, It's Wine O'Clock. Rallies wide in a sustained drive to get up right on the wire to win for owner Tracy Hughes and Andrew Ritter. Trainer Scooter Hughes, and well ridden by Rodney Prescott. For the winner, he returns 47.40, 17.40, and 7.80. The Exacta with number 1, Fear the Kitten, who was second, was $288.20. The Trifecta was $619. That returns for 50 cents, $2,458.95. The Super High 5 was not hit. The winning combination would have been 61923. Again, no winners in that event. $3,083 to carry over into tomorrow's card. That must go, that will pay out tomorrow. Final racing day of the Winter Spring Meet is tomorrow. The 50-cent pick 3, $1,701, and the late double, $247. Running time, 2 minutes and 6 seconds flat. That wraps up Spiral Day 2016. We appreciate you tuning in. Live racing returns tomorrow for our final day of the Winter Spring Meet with a first post of 3:40. I'm Jimmy McNerney, and this has been the Turfway Park Report.